So Vanessa, Pete has me AI crazy.
I know. It's almost as if I'm in a relationship with Peter and his AI bots. Things are getting kind of weird.
What's being said over there?
Nothing. Love you so much.
Actually, I was thinking about creating one for Debbie and not telling her.
Ooh, to automatically reply. I love that.
Hey, Jason.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, Jason. Welcome.
Thank you for inviting me.
Absolutely. Thanks for being here. Hey, David.
Hey, good
How are you?
afternoon. Doing well. How you doing?
Good. I feel like I haven't seen you.
I know, yeah, because we haven't been on the phone 1,000 times in the last 2 days.
Yeah, it's weird.
Only like 4 times.
Only 4 times. That's so funny.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Hey, Christine.
I just got your email, Vanessa.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I was trying to answer it before jumping on this.
No rush, no rush.
I'll
Thank
pass
you.
it along.
Thank you. All right, cool. It's 101. Let's get popping.
All right. Lead the way.
Oh, yeah, I should probably be prepared to lead the way, shouldn't I? All right. I was not prepared. Welcome, everyone, to Iron Sharpens Iron. We do not accept everyone into this group, and that is the point. Iron Sharpens Iron is a high-integrity mastermind for entrepreneurs and leaders committed to intentional growth. In this space, we set real goals, we build disciplined habits, and we hold each other accountable with love and honesty. Through weekly strategy, connection, and consistency, we sharpen not only our results, but our character. This mastermind is about progress, not perfection. Our intention is to create a space where you consistently take aligned action and build the habits that support your next level personally and professionally. Let's go.
All right.
All right.
All right. Let's start with some gratitude. Who wants to open with some gratitude?
I can definitely open with some gratitude because I'm very excited about my main goal. Well, my first goal on my list, especially with this 100-day challenge, was to find a new apartment, which we just signed the lease on a new apartment, put deposit in. I saw that they took the deposit. I set up the utilities this morning, basically calling PSEG, doing all that stuff. But yeah, so I'm very grateful for that to have happened. There's so much that happened, especially with Peter and Vanessa helping me along the way to achieve this goal, along with this group. It was, I didn't even know how it was going to happen. Like, I was like, kind of just there, like, all right, how are we going to do this? How are we going to qualify, credit, all this stuff, not having W-2 pay stubs, all this. So, a lot had to come together. So yeah, I'm just very grateful to be saying that.
So awesome. You stepped up. That's how it happened. You stepped up and you kept showing up and you just kept pushing forward. And that's how you got the result. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
That's so dope.
Yeah.
All right. Who's next? Elvis, go ahead. With love.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I got thrown offline on my computer, so I had to jump on my phone.
Oh, okay. No worries.
Elvis, I don't know if we can hear you.
I think your microphone's not working.
You want to, let's circle back to Elvis, I guess. While you,
All right.
Is that all right? Yeah. Steven.
Hey.
Give me some gratitude.
I'm grateful that I have a option because my computer just said I'm offline. So I was able to jump on my phone because I really wanted to be a part of this today. I particularly loved the challenge of the day. So thank you, Vanessa. It really made me dig deep on it.
Awesome.
Nope. My bad. All right, Elvis is back. What are you
right.
grateful for?
Thank you, Stephen.
You're welcome.
All right, all right. How you guys doing? You guys hear me now?
Yeah.
All right. Gratitude. I mean, keep it nice, short, and sweet. Grateful for this group. Grateful for my son. Expressing gratitude for that for sure every day. I got to meet Catherine yesterday, so grateful for that.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
And then, yeah, grateful for improving one day at a time and rolling with the punches. So that is
Well done.
that. I get to check out a property today. I'm actually gonna probably be on the road soon, but get to check that out. So that's grateful for that as well.
Beautiful.
All right.
Onward and
done.
upward. I love that.
Yep.
All right, who's next? Christine, go ahead.
Christine?
I'm grateful for this group, for the accountability, and what it carries on during the week. You know, you guys are with me during the week too. So yeah, thanks. The group makes me think.
All right.
Awesome. Thank you for being here.
I'll go. I am very grateful for the accountable conversation that I had with Vanessa last week. I think it shifted my perspective on how I perceive communication in a different way. And I catch myself now throughout the week, whoever I'm talking to, speaking from that point of view. So I'm so grateful for that conversation. It was just one of those completely altering conversations that you have in your life. And yeah, I'm just so grateful for that.
Wow, thank you.
Awesome. All right.
Come on, let's go quick. We got a lot of people
Yeah.
today. I want to get to
Yeah.
I'll
problems.
go. I just realized that I'm
Yeah.
unmuted anyway. So
All right.
Yep.
yeah, I'll jump in. Hey guys, good to see everybody. I'm actually super grateful this week for being I don't know if mentor is the word, but 2 other agents from my office who were newer agents have called me for just various things to bounce things off of me and to just ask my opinion. And so I'm grateful to be able to be that resource for other agents and the fact that they trust me and value my input. So I'm grateful for that because it was something I didn't realize that I was thought of that way. So it's nice to have that.
Yeah, I love that. They're seeing you as a leader for how you're showing up in the world. That's beautiful.
Thanks.
All right, Sadie.
I'm grateful for my lessons that I'm learning from challenges and just I feel like I'm getting opportunity from it to grow and just have resilience. So that's what I'm grateful for.
Well done.
It's a big deal. Yeah, that's cool. Thank you.
Jason. Jason, what are you grateful for?
So I actually have a couple of things. And first, I'm grateful to be invited to this. Second, Pete, thank you. We've known you since we bought this house that I'm in now. And thanks to you, we just closed on another house. So we'll be moving in there probably by next week or the week after, depending on construction. And third, on a professional standpoint, going into this month, this is the biggest month for my business so far.
Nice.
And it will keep getting better.
Awesome.
So
Damn.
Congratulations. Yeah. Yeah, all month full of big things.
yeah.
Awesome.
All right. Laura? Is Laura's?
Yeah.
Hi guys, I'm here. I just want to say that I'm very, very grateful to Peter and Vanessa for allowing me to be a part of this group. Especially just meeting some amazing people and just hearing stories, and it's inspiring. And even though we may not be in the same business, it's still the same foundation of everyone wanting to be successful. And I really do appreciate it. And I need to say also, that I want to thank Vanessa, most importantly, because she leads by example. My sister-in-law, and I've known her forever. But I need to let her know that she's pretty amazing, and she's definitely changed as a person, and she's changed me as a person by just being around her and listen. Yeah,
Thank you, Clarky.
you are. You're pretty amazing.
I appreciate you. Is it my turn?
It is.
Everyone's gone?
Mhm.
I'm grateful for the opportunity to grow with my people. I've been in some spiritual practices and just practices in relationship with who I get to show up as, and the conversations that I'm getting to lead with people. And I'm noticing so much, similar to Laura's point, how not only am I elevating, but my people are elevating with me, and our conversations are so good everywhere around me. And it's interesting, like when I'm in this journey of just growth, who falls off, who's triggered, or who can't see me where I am, and who's really embraced me and opened up to me and allowed me to kind of be myself truly with them. And it's really been such a beautiful experience to rise together. Yeah. So thank you. Thank you all. And you're all so part of that.
Well done. All right. Hello, everybody. I am really grateful for some major perspective shifts that I've had in the last few months, in letting go of labels and self-definitions and labels about, people around me. It's become a beautiful thing living in a different state of being, where I'm looking at things that have held me back that I didn't know were holding me back, and like letting all that stuff kind of like fall away. And the example that comes to mind is I've, as a few people have commented, I've lost some weight in the last 4 or 5 months. And yesterday, somebody was complimenting me, and then they go, "You look great. You don't look as intimidating." And my previous self would immediately put 40 pounds on, because the living as a large person and being intimidating was a self-defense thing for preservation, for things that made me defined me as the person that I was, and it would have had me stuck in this dichotomy of the person I need to be healthier, to live a better life, and the person I have to live in to be when I'm afraid. And I have to be this monster and be this dangerous person and be this thing, and be able to like not take that as pain and reaction and go back to being the person that is scary, therefore safe, is a wonderful thing. And it allows me to, like, having been free of those things allowed me to actually follow the path that makes me the healthiest, the wealthiest, and the wisest. So I'm happy to be able to let that stuff go.
Wow, Peter, that's huge. That's incredible. That's life-altering perspective change. Holy shit. You didn't tell me that. Ooh.
I started telling you in the car, but then we talked about business. We shifted to
That'll happen.
right, yeah.
Wow, that was really powerful.
Mhm.
Great work. Great work.
All right, let's get to work. And just real quick, just recap what we do, because Jason's new here. We have essentially, like, we all carry our own 100-day challenges. And Jason, the goal is we pick 2 business things that we want to accomplish over the next 100 days. And by accomplishment, I mean in a numerical task. Like Stephen Bello said, he's going to call, I don't know if it's this one, but one of them, he was like, he's going to call 5 people a day in his sphere, every day. So really it's about calling 500 people in a in a 100-day span. And so you're going to pick 2 business things where with that thing, you follow it up with taking notes and tracking the progress of it. So like for Stephen, for example, he made 5 calls, in the 500 calls, it equaled this many appointments, this many contracts, and this much money, so that every time you pick up the phone whether or not it's a good action or not. And it's the tracking and the discipline of the tracking that is equally as important as the action, because that's how you know whether or not to throw gasoline on the fire of whatever action you're doing. So it's those 2 disciplines that create tremendous change in people's businesses. And we're going to ask you to also do one personal thing for your life that you're going to do and track and be able to. I'll leave Stephen as a guinea pig. Stephen has a tracker on how he sleeps, because he's been getting up at 8 o'clock at night, not sleeping well and getting up in the middle of the night. And he's been built a plan and an action to take that he can use metrics to follow to see what will get him better night's sleep. So that's the goal. And you track your own 100 days. And what we'll do here is everyone will talk about what's gone on last week, what got in the way, what the problems are, what needs to be solved. And then we help solve them together in a 6-minute span, and we all learn from each other. How'd I do? Did I do that well?
You did great.
Ladies?
Yeah.
Okay.
I also want to add that we have a WhatsApp chat, and I'll put in some challenge questions here and there just to make sure that we are not staying comfortable in our progress, and that we're here to to level up in a real way to really create a change in our lives. So for today's share, and we'll kind of leave you towards the end so you have time to reflect upon if you want to either share what you think your habits will be, or I'll read the challenge question. And if you want to dive into that, this is for everyone, we can talk through that. But bring the things that are creating the most obstacle to your next level here, because this is where we solve that shit. And then you can go out into the world and put it into action. So here it is. Write down one thing you don't want to admit about how you're showing up in your business. What is the habit you keep excusing, the standard you keep letting slide, or the place that you've been hiding? And let's talk about it. All right. So everyone will get approximately 5 minutes, and we'll try and be laser focused today with time, because there are a lot of us here today. So I don't want to go over. I want to be super respectful of everyone's time. Peter, call him out. We'll just go unless anybody is dying to go first.
Okay. Yeah, let's
I'm about to
start
go.
with Mia. Oh, all right, Elvis, go.
All right. So mine's pretty fresh. That's why I kind of had it ready.
Yeah.
So all right. So I've been doing my cold calling lately, and kind of been back on the for sale by owner, doing my calls. So one thing for I guess the question more or less is, my answers was I feel so I had a listing appointment, and then something I didn't want to miss. I feel like I didn't show up as prepared as I usually showed up. So I didn't really have a full-blown presentation ready to kind of show them stats and info about the house. I felt like I came almost naked, in the sense where it was just all right, I'll tell them the stuff I saw, the stuff I knew, and kind of just, it looked more or less as I was shooting from the hip as they were showing me around the house. And then I kind of took that as my listing presentation. We had that conversation. So I just felt like I wasn't truly prepared. I looked naked, and then I ended up not getting the listing because of that. So when I first started, I would come up presentation, do all my stuff, I kind of do my song and dance, and then kind of have that it'd be more tight knit. But that's something I feel like I've been struggling with lately, and since I'm closing that deal for getting that actual listing.
Do you feel like you're oh, go ahead, Vanessa.
I just had a question. Do you have a format that you follow, and you make sure that you hit certain points by asking certain questions in the appointment?
So I don't. So I used to, and then I'm looking to kind of refine that, or I don't know if I'm most likely end up making it from scratch, but I don't.
Would that
Okay.
be valuable for you to show up with a framework of I know that these key points are places I can shine, places I can expose their need, their goals, and really get to the understanding of what their best interest is, and really focus on them, how can you extract what you need to extract and present yourself with authority and holding the space for them in a way that has them have no choice but to want to trust you, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, well said. Yeah, I would also ask yourself, what is it that you're looking to convey, and how do I build a framework around that to control what is happening when you walk in the room? Because a lot of the communication is, have this coming in. A lot of that communication is prepared, and as you practice it, it'll be so much better. Because I bet you it wasn't even that you were unprepared, is that your knowledge that you were unprepared had you as a way of being that kept you from shining, right? And that you probably felt unprepared and were acting unprepared. And was it time that got in the way that kept you from being unprepared? Or was it
A good question.
something else?
I think it was a little bit of, I mean, I think it was, I wouldn't say it was time, because I could have made time. I could have done it overnight. I could have done it the morning
So it
of.
wasn't like, come here now.
No,
It
yeah,
was-
no. It was more or less, it was like made for a Sunday, and then I think I got it on Friday. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So that's even juicier, right? Because you did
Yeah.
have time. So what actually got in the way?
I think it was more or less like I read it, I looked at it, and then it was like, all right, actually drawing it up and doing it. It was just prioritizing kind of the time, in the sense of what I had to do, other things I had to get done, and then life kind of taking its part.
Yeah. I would have you ask yourself what actually kept you from preparing, but also maybe part of the not preparing is like feeling a little lost on how to prepare, right? Because have you seen my listing presentation video that I think were you at the class that we did with the listing presentation?
No, I seen the couple
Okay.
I seen like the buyers ones that you did over Zoom, but I haven't seen the
Okay.
listing one.
I'll send you the listing one, but what you want to do is just build the framework of how you want the flow to go so that you're conveying your value in the way. And once you have it down, you can just think, I need 3 things to show up with, to be prepared. And I can help you build the framework to not have to prepare for a weekend. Like if you give me a listing presentation, like if you tell me I have a listing in 20 minutes, I need 3 things. I'll be there in 20 minutes and I'll do the exact same thing. And one of those things is cannolis. And that's universal. That can, so like really it's 2 things. I need 2 things in cannolis. And I can show people what they need to maximize their situation, because 90% of it is outside of the actual, like, looking on MLS and what it might sell for. But we can go deeper on that together.
Yeah, that's good. Some good homework then for Elvis too, is to really start carving out what do we want to hit? What do we want to ask? How do we want to create the experience for them that has them see that they can trust you through this really important part of life?
Yeah.
We sell 100 houses, but they sell 1 a year or their lifetime, so.
Right.
Yeah.
I would also and just know that, part of that is like not knowing, for me, to not know your process is to not know that you're worth being called to do a listing.
Boom.
Right. Because if you believe that people are going to call you and give you listings and work with you, you would be prepared, you would have your system dialed in. But I need you to know your value, because you're amazing. And that is something you just need to accept, so that once you accept that, you will be prepared.
Can I add to that for a second, Pete?
I'll give you 30 seconds.
Yes, but I'm moving everyone down to 4 minutes.
Elvis,
Yes.
I would love to meet with you and just have a conversation, talk to you about what I do and how I prepare. I definitely would embrace that. So
yeah, that'd be really valuable.
I would definitely appreciate that. Yeah, I'll get your number and we can set something up.
I love this
All
group
right.
so much.
All right,
All
let's
right.
go to Catherine.
Next.
Awesome. Okay. So I noticed myself focusing more on working in the business than on the business. Like, it's great now that I'm scaling out my team and I'm helping them grow and expand. Like this past week, I added 3 licenses, But if I'm being honest with myself, I stopped doing what I call my IPAs, my income producing activities. So that's like my personal phone calls, my personal prospecting. I mean, I'm still networking, getting numbers, but even my follow-ups, I'll get distracted and I'll just say, hey, like, let me serve my team. I'll take calls for my team. I'll train my team, versus me doing those things personally to keep pushing the business forward and working on the business itself. I'm still working in it. So that's pretty much where I see myself falling in. Yeah.
Do you have automations set up to nurture your leads?
No, it's me personally.
Peter.
Okay. Okay.
That's your
Yeah.
specialty.
Yeah. So yeah, we can have a conversation separately, but yeah, I would think about what you can do to minimize your constant human follow-up, because that's not the highest value of you. The highest value of you is the knowledge that you have, right? So like, what are the things that can keep you top of mind, but that can also keep your energy focused on the other things that you need to do, so that people come to you and you have the actual time to invest with your highest mindset. Because even if like you're grinding through those calls, you might be expending energy on things that are not necessarily where you need to be as far as where your head is concerned. But when that call comes in where you need to be at your highest point, you've had some drainage. You're at 70% instead of 100%.
Yeah.
So if we can help you create some automations, and like we just hired a company that is going to automate all of our systems, so we can talk about that too. But I'll tell you everything that's out there, and you can figure out how to go to get it.
Yeah, for sure, definitely, because that's something that I feel like, like when you have dirty laundry, but instead of doing your dirty laundry, you just go out and you buy new clothes.
Yep.
Like, I know
that's my entire
you told me
20s, by
about
the
the
way.
Kohl's cash, but I feel like
I love
that's
you.
how it is. I feel like that's how it is with me, where it's like I have so much inventory, people wise, but I'm just not. I don't have enough time. I don't even want to say that's a lame excuse. I'm just not prioritizing following up with all of those people, and I'm just getting new inventory constantly, whether it's through the leads that I'm getting through my team, or people that I'm just meeting on a daily basis. So I definitely want to find something where I have that automation and it filters out, and I can just.
That's such a
Yeah.
wonderful, solvable problem.
Yeah, well, you like having the magnet is the hardest thing. You're the magnet of business, and so now it's just the problem is you're being hired to build a house, and you don't have the hammers, right? So like, because you can't, you're doing all the actually maybe a better analogy is you're doing all the nailing with a hammer, and there's nail guns out there, right? So like all the jobs are building, but you can't get to them because you're using a hammer instead of a nail gun. And eventually a robot carpenter.
Yeah. Okay, so you and I will talk, because I'm still on the hammer level, and there's
Okay.
innovation.
Yeah. Peter, next time you do one of your AI integration courses, invite everybody from this group too, so they can hear what you're working on.
We're doing one in 3 weeks, I think.
Okay.
Awesome. Let me know the date.
Okay.
Cool. Perfect timing. Who's next?
Oh, Christine, hands up.
Yeah. So, oh my God. You hit right on it. I have let me just get this here. Hold on, cat. Same thing. So I do not have a good follow-up system. So the one thing that I to answer your question, Vanessa, I do not have a good follow-up system. I suck at like data collection. I stopped using ChatGPT to track things because, quote unquote, I don't have the time. I'm saying I don't have the time. So I need to do same thing. Automations, drip systems, same thing. So when you do that class, Peter, I'd love to be on it too. Because I'm one person. My mom just retired yesterday. She's gonna come work for me starting tomorrow, next week. So she's gonna actually help alleviate that too. Maybe she could help with that.
Does everyone in this room have a CRM?
I do.
Raise your hand if you do not have a
Oh,
CRM.
you do not.
All right. We're going to talk about that too.
So So I have a CRM, but I don't use it. Like I don't use so because I pivoted away from real estate and focused on expediting, the real estate just came to me. So now I'm back in real estate and I'm actually doing both again. So I'm pivoting back to the real estate. So I really want to have an assistant help me with the follow-up, because that's where I'm lacking in the follow-up. So that was one thing. On the personal level, I have an SOS tracker. It's called the SOS Habits Tracker. Monthly habits. I started it today. It's tracking. So Steven's big on tracking. This is an actual tracker, and I don't have to be perfect. I just need to do it. It targets the number of days and the days I have achieved it. It's like take your medicine, drink your water, exercise, eat or drink protein in the morning, meditate at least 5 minutes a day, chew my food and put the fork down in between. You don't realize. And then when there was another thing, eat undistracted. I'm so big on when I eat, I have my phone in front of me. And because I'm alone and I live alone, I'm either have the TV on or have the phone in my hand, or I'm in Facebook scrolling and I'm eating. I'm not actually realizing what I'm eating, how it tastes, how it feels, and the digestion process. So putting my fork down in between bites is going to help me. So that's my tracker for that. I fell off the tracker with everything else, but Peter helped me last week with the whole with the accurate expediting signs as part of my, my business. I get referrals, would I be able to put a sign up? I haven't gotten to use it yet because I haven't been to a house where I actually was there and had to put up the sign yet, but I will use that as part of my presentation. So I'm getting listings. I just listed a house today. I just sold a house. I went into contract yesterday, getting another listing at the end of the week. So it's so funny how when I pivoted, it's like a relationship. Like men are from Mars, women are from Venus. Men are like rubber bands. When you pull back, they like come to you, and women are like roller coasters. So I feel like my real estate business was like a man. It was like as soon as I pulled away from it, it was like, oh no, I want you back. So yeah.
Awesome.
I'm riding the wave. I have 6 seconds left. I'm riding the wave. I'm glad I'm here. I'm glad to be a part of this group. Thanks.
Thank you. Let
All
us
right.
know how you do with the tracker, because that's the obstacle, right? It's the big obstacle is just staying in the energy of this is what I actually said I wanted. So let me continue to show up every day. And when I don't, what's in the way? When you don't track, maybe reflect on what got in the way. When you're notice when you're inconsistent, flip the page over and go, here's what happened yesterday. I did this instead of this.
Yes.
I said I wanted to do this, but I did this. Start noticing where you're inconsistent and write that shit down.
Right. Well, it says what you measure, you manage. What you manage, you improve.
Exactly.
Thank
Beautiful.
you.
Great work. All right. Who's next?
Me.
All right.
I'm going to continue with what the girls were saying. In many ways, I actually am very grateful at the moment because I have a lot of business coming my way, but I am definitely having a problem with managing it in the sense of doing the back end work. I feel overwhelmed in terms of getting business, and that's wonderful, but I'm not the back end of research and flowers and billing and this and that. I'm not on point with that. I need to get on point, and I'm not sure how to do it. I don't need an assistant, but I need something to keep me, I guess, on track, for lack of a better word. I can close a deal. I can do all that. I'm great at that. The other stuff I'm not so great at. That's my little hidden secret.
If I may,
Yes.
You described what sounds to me the need for an assistant, except for the sentence, I don't need an assistant.
Exactly what I was going to say, Peter.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair.
So what am I missing here?
I guess I apologize. I meant like a physical assistant. Is a better word.
Okay.
If there's something else that I can do, I am open to it, because I feel I'm really lacking in it. And it's truthfully, it's stressing me out.
Do you believe that you need to be the one who knows how to do the things you don't like or don't want to do, or things that like all the administrative shit? Do you believe it has to be you at
No,
this point of
not
your
anymore.
business?
I used to, but no, I can let it
Okay.
go. What is it?
Okay.
No.
I'm saying at this point of your growth, are you in the mindset of I have to be better, I have to figure it out?
Nope.
Okay, good. So clear. So that paves the way then for you to start building systems that you can teach someone so that you can hand that stuff off to. Remember we talked about this in the beginning, where things that you're doing, you can be recording on Loom as you do it on your computers and speak into the mic so that someone can just pick it up wherever you want them to do it and just go. You know, you have to start building something that someone can do for you.
And we're also in the beautiful world where what you don't know how to do, you can hire for an affordable price to get done for you. This is an amazing time where it's not going to cost you $40 an hour to do the stuff that you don't, whether it's Shopify or like whatever, you know, whatever programs or process or whatever is out there, there is help and businesses and systems and people that you can plug into. All you have to have is the vision on what you want to create for the world. And then ask yourself, how? Not how do I do it, but how?
Okay.
And then the rest comes together. Like, I don't know what you're having trouble with, but I'm sure there's a VA that you can search for, and we'll send you the link for onlinejobs.ph.
Okay.
You can get a VA that specializes in that. And you're going to be a one-time project, or it can be an inexpensive project where you pay. Oh, go ahead, Vanessa.
Well, and you're also, no, not to cut you off. I didn't need to interrupt. But you can, even for parts of your business that you're not even quite sure how to do, ChatGPT will create those SOPs for you. ChatGPT will write the job ad for you, the requirements for you. You can ask it to break down step by step exactly how to do something, and then you can just hand that over to someone else and oversee it.
You can have a conversation on a drive to wherever you're going with. I just had a 20-minute conversation a couple of days ago with Gemini about something I'm interested in. And we're just talking for 20 minutes about the topic. And I'm learning, and it happened to be AI. I asked it like high level AI questions. I asked it to, okay, goodbye. But like you can literally just drive and talk about what you want to learn.
Yeah.
Perfect.
You have the whole world at your fingertips. We all do.
Yep. Thank you.
Peter, I'm going to start the next person, but say you're, it was like, it's not, can AI do it? It's show me what AI can't do.
Yes. I live by the adage of prove to me what AI can't do.
Yeah.
So whatever it is you're trying to accomplish, just try to prove to me that AI can't do it. So always search for the way that you can make your life simpler.
All right. Boom. Well said. Who's next?
I can be next. I feel like this is a perfect place for me to jump in, especially because I had multiple conversations with ChatGPT about the question that was proposed, which I really loved and sent me down a rabbit hole, and kind of made me chuckle on this sentence that I'm kind of holding as the overall theme, which is, I let my desire for harmony keep me from leading with full conviction. And and I love the word harmony because it resonates with me more than like thinking of it as people pleasing or some sort of negative connotation, because I do feel like that's coming from a genuine place. Like I genuinely have desire for things to be harmonious. Of course, there's, a shadow there of, but maybe there's a control that's desired in order to get that. But I feel that characterizes what I go through, and that holds me back ultimately. And even it's perfect timing too, because I literally just accomplished my top main goal of the 100-day challenge of getting a new apartment. And it's not like there was moments of like before I thought it was going to happen where I had relief, but there's not that same like relief. And it's more like, okay, like I hope this Amityville deal closes. And like that how quickly I go to other things, or like, okay, I got to have this conversation with my landlord. I got to get PSEG, which isn't an issue. But yeah, that I think to go back to where it's like keeping in with business. And I'm very lucky to have the people right here that I work with, because I can throw out, like even yesterday, I like threw out 4 ideas and 3 of them were like, probably not. And then one of them was like, all right, like actually like that works. Let's do that. And I just watch myself and even my reaction. And that's what I need to be doing more often, because those 3 things that might not work out, I might be reading as me not being harmonious, or when I try to go for something. I think, well, and the layer before that was me thinking like, what's another way of thinking of being responsible for other people's feelings? And that's kind of, I was discussing that with ChatGPT for a while, but led to this desire for harmony. So I think that desire for harmony above basically all things at all times is holding me back from other things.
I love that. Thank you for that vulnerability. That was a really deep share. And it's interesting because I'm curious if your mind believes that harmony means that we all can't get what we want. Like, is your harmony separate from me getting what I need? Or can we both be in harmony? Does harmony spread out for everyone? Is there a different way? Is there a different option? Is there a different opportunity? Maybe we don't see it.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Especially, I like drilling into the definition of harmony, because part of what my definition of harmony may be people not ever getting upset, or like where there's no like there's no like resistance, and maybe something like that. Harmony doesn't necessarily mean no resistance. And in fact, it's necessary for harmony. Tension is necessary for harmony, and resistance is necessary, or else you would never. There's like this quote by Alan Watts, like, you have an ego because, or else you would put your spoon in somebody else's mouth. Like, you can't live that way. You have to have an actual ego to know to feed yourself, to not die. So I think there's definitely something there where I might be confusing what harmony actually means. And even what I'm thinking about people being upset is that they're not being upset. People are just thinking out loud.
I love that. That's such a cool place to start. This is a kicking off of your next level. Holy shit.
Appreciate you guys.
Done. Yeah, that was awesome. All right, who's next?
I'll go.
Steven.
I got to jump off of that because, first of all, bravo. That was beautiful. Vanessa, when you asked that question, it hit home. I'm like, okay, all right, Steven, what do I really suck at, right? So you got to dig deep, right? Because we don't want to admit that we're not good at certain things. And this goes back to one of my 100-day challenges regarding boundaries, right? Well, I think the thing that I lack is candor. I'm not always honest with people about my true feelings because I'm always afraid of the confrontation, afraid that I'm going to hurt their feelings. And I'm really trying to work on that greatly. And last week, Peter made a comment like, we'll go back and say, is it okay if I can be totally honest with you, right? Now, from here, you're here and you can, right? But it's something that is a challenge to me many times. Like, I admire my wife greatly because when you walk away from my wife, you never guess what the expectations are on any level in business, right? She's very direct, right between the eyes. I wish I could be more like that. So candor is an area when you were talking about David harmony and all that, truly hit home for me. But the important thing is I've identified that it's a concern and an issue, right? And how can Stephen Bell be better at it so that both parties can win, right?
Yeah.
Because being honest and forthcoming is important.
I'm wondering what you attach that to, candor, being honest. What are all the things that you tell yourself about being honest about the outcomes and about how it's received and about who you'll be and all these other little sticking points that come along with candor? And could they all be a lie?
Well, I'll go back to an example. I had a listing and I wasn't totally upfront and honest. It didn't play out the way I wanted it. So I learned from that mistake, right? If I was totally candid and honest and said, your house is dirty, this is what needs to be done in order for me to sell it and get you top dollar, the end result may have been different.
Mm-hmm.
So now going into another $1 million listing or any other listing, I would be honest because I feel the wound from not being candid.
Yeah, because nobody wins.
Because nobody wins.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think confidence comes with that too, right?
Totally. Yeah, because you're not being candid is your needingness to be liked or your desire to be liked. And the truth is, it's kind of like what Kat was saying last week about how she wants to be the leader, but she's doing other people's work because she wants to be liked by them. But it's like no one wins when that happens.
Yeah.
And so if you can step up in honesty, but come from love, and you do, and that will show,
Yeah.
then everybody gets to benefit from your truth. Right? If we were just nice in this room and clapped and said, "Great job, everyone," no one's leveling up in this room.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That's why we're here to push each other and be honest with each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think once you come to terms with also what your role is when you walk into one of those rooms, your role is to lead that person to the greatest outcome that they desire. And you can't do that if you're not telling them some things that might be hard for them to hear.
Yeah.
And that's why I always say we get paid proportionally by the words that we choose, is because sometimes we got to say the hard things and say them in a way that is digestible. And it's building that skill, but it always comes from, has to show up as a leadership. I'm here to tell you what it will take to do this. And if you don't want to do this, this is where it goes. And I just want you to understand the choices that you're making. And people really appreciate that.
Okay.
All right.
Great work. Great awareness. All right.
All right.
Who's next? We're really plowing away. I love it.
I'll go.
Oh, Jason. Jason's in.
Okay.
Sorry, Mia.
So- I came up with like 5 things, but we'll just touch on a couple.
Okay.
Right now,
Okay.
for me, my biggest issue would pretty much be consistency, but in the fact of not following up on warm leads if I have a hot lead in front of me, because I've probably missed out, and I'm sure I can recapture some of them, maybe a few more $1,000 this upcoming month. But it's like, well, you want the bird in hand rather than the 2 in the bush. And I'm like, I've got this one. This one's definitely committing. So it's just me right now. So I got to focus on this client and actually commit, get them to commit and actually do the job. And then I need to remember, well, I still need to talk to these other people and try to bring them back. So that's one of my issues is,
I have a question.
uh,
You said get them to commit. Is that like part of the process? And does it take a long time if we're in like convincing, or is there a place for you to just sift through who's ready? Oh, you're not ready? We'll come back for you. Who's ready? Oh, you're not ready? We'll come back for you.
so that's pretty much what I mean. It's like there's people who reach out and they're like, we need you to train our dog now. And then there's other people that are shopping around or are really close and then all of a sudden fell off from it or fell off. And I'm like, all right, well, we were just about there. They already got a contract. I need it signed, but I have to continue following up with the leads that are definitely committing. And now I'm like, all right, well, now I have to train that dog. So during my day is booked, And then in the evening, it's reaching out to the people who we need you now.
Right.
And I'm
Is
like,
there a
well, those
qualification
other people,
process for you for these people so that you're identifying like non-committal stuff and you can kind of push them through a filter?
so that's the people I'm talking about are already at like stage 2.
Okay,
The
you
other
have a,
people are generally pretty upfront. They're just like, what do you charge? Those I'm like, all right, give them the best spiel. Like, this is what I do, but we offer packages. Here you go. But we really need to get on a call so I can actually go over your needs, because just telling you numbers
your
isn't going to help
commodity.
your dog.
Yeah.
You might
Yeah.
not need my most expensive package is usually how I try to leave it. So maybe, they'll come back, but that's stage 1.
Right.
Mm.
Right.
Stage 2 are people that actually do want to come in and then all of a sudden start ghosting, but they were warm for a while.
And you
And
gave them the
stage 3 are the
number?
ones that I'm continuing. I'm sorry?
Did you, when they ghost, do they already have your number? The price?
Yes, we've already been in email contact. We've already gotten a contract. I just need it signed so we can start.
Okay.
And they
Yeah.
sign it virtually
That's
or they
usually about where it stops.
Sorry, I think you're breaking up a little bit. Is it my computer?
Go ahead.
No, I think it's Jason's.
When they sign, Jason, is it on the phone with you or do you like drop a DocuSign
It's a DocuSign.
while you're on the phone?
No, we've already gone over that. It's yes, let's go. I've already told you numbers, and then send it and don't hear back.
I'm
So now-
curious I'm curious if you can pivot the conversation to we're going to get on the phone and walk through everything together, and at the end we're going to click the button together.
Okay.
And if they're not ready for that, then you'll know, right?
Right.
If you're getting ghosted at that point, if you've already put in all this fucking work to get to that point and they're ghosting, there's something non-committal there that maybe you're not catching, and maybe the process needs to look like we're going to go through this all together. Does that sound fair? And if they say yes, then they're going to sign it on the phone with you.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah. And we have a process of a push away where we say this probably isn't going to work for you, and like, well, no, and we when we're Vanessa and I's company, when we're having these conversations with distressed sellers, we have this to lay out all the things that they may be saying yes to get to the next thing, but they're not really committing because they're just saying yes. So we reframe that. And then I have so many things I want to throw at you, but we're out of time. So I'll call you later.
I want a one-on-one
Yeah.
with Jason.
Yeah. All right.
Keep coming back.
Yeah, we'll circle back, Jason. I promise.
Thank you.
All right. Who's up? Oh, Mia. Mia has to go.
Mia!
I think
I know. I think I was going to go first, and now I'm going last. That's totally fine. So I'll be quick. So one of the things, what was it? The last question. One thing that you don't want to admit, or the place you've been hiding. So I thought that was very interesting, because I feel like the place that I've been hiding was this past week anyway, has been from my business. I've just been feeling a little bit like overwhelmed and kind of rushed, and I've had a few kind of tough deals. And I don't know, this week I'm like sick of everyone, and I just don't feel like dealing with my deals or my clients. And so I've kind of just been hiding, I guess, just in general from just dealing with people, because I think I just need a mental break. And, every now and then I think I just need to allow myself to do that, because I'm clearly not showing up as the best version of myself when I don't even want to talk to anybody. Because that will come through in my conversations anyway. So that's kind of where I've been at.
is it possible that, because I know the burnout, and for me, and maybe you could tell me if this is true for you, I've identified the burnout coming from me forcing myself to do things that I hate to do as part of the thing that I love to do. I mean, if you left me with the things that can you not hear me?
Oh, sorry. My internet, you just froze and you sounded like a slow robot. Can you repeat what you just said?
Okay. Yeah. So what I want to see if this resonates with you, but what I identified for myself when I been in burnout, which is where you're sitting, is I created burnout for myself because I was forcing myself to do the things that I hate to do as part of the stuff that I love to do. Meaning I wasn't offloading the stuff that grinds me and makes me tired. And then I always try to avoid doing last. And then I get to a point where I don't want to do anything or talk to anybody because my mind is fried, and it's fried from the things that don't light me up. So it's possible that you're in a place, and you please tell me if this feels right, that if you were only able to offload some of the stuff that you hate doing and that makes you tired and that you would avoid, and if you could snap your fingers, you would never make it part of your job, then you might not ever get burnout because you're only in your play space.
Yeah. And I think that this is like a common theme with me. And I feel like we always keep coming back to this, that I think I just need to offload some things. I mean, because I feel like every time whatever I say, we just keep circling back to like,
It's the same.
am I doing like, why am I doing everything? You know?
Yeah.
So, and I just need to, I just need
All
to.
right. Bonus challenge for Mia. She gets to start looking for a VA.
We'll send you the link again.
I know.
Okay. Is that,
Thanks.
are we, yeah, I guess we're
Do
clear
you
there.
have resistance to it? Is it like, have you identified any like particular resistance?
Yeah, I think the resistance is just the actual like doing of it and
Finding
getting
the
it
person.
done. It's actually just putting that in motion, because to me, it's just like, okay, so now that's more work that I need to figure out how to hire the person that I need and tell them what needs to be done and you know, and doing all of that. So I think
I'm going to give you some homework.
It's just
what's that? I'm going to give you some homework. The next 5 times you do any documents on your computer or any work on your computer, you're going to screen record it. And you're going to teach me how to do what you do. You don't have to send it to me. Just teach me how you do what you do. The next 5 times, I'm not telling you to hire anybody. I'm just telling you to make some videos. Just a couple videos. If they happen to go to your new VA, then they happen to go to your new VA, but just make some videos. Okay?
You got this.
Can you hear us?
It's cut out again.
Mia?
Sorry.
Oh,
no.
Oh, no. You didn't hear anything I just said?
No, my internet's
wonderful.
like going in and out, but we can have a separate conversation.
Yes, I'll text you. Everyone's getting texts from me today.
All right.
All right. Sadie?
So my main, I don't know if this was like clear last time, but my main goal was definitely to get a job at a real estate company, like so I can get in there. And just like other stuff like studying and school and stuff. But I think my main problem is just, if I'm being honest, is just like procrastination and like laziness. Like I don't think, like, for knowing myself, I don't think that I'm like doing everything possible to get done what needs to be done, you know? Like I just feel like there could always be doing something more, and I'm just not doing it to my full potential, and that's why it's not getting done.
Okay. What is the next thing you'd like done? The very next thing that is you feel on your body that you need to do and you feel guilt over not doing.
Well, no, I don't know, like not having a job.
Okay. All right. So can we make it smaller? What are 5 things you can do tomorrow to try to have a job? Instead of trying to get the job, what are 5 things you could do tomorrow to try to get a job?
Maybe fix up my resume and search up some places that I like more than others so I have an idea of where I think would be good for me.
Yeah. I don't even think you have to like them, because you may just want the practice of
Well, yeah.
calling, you know? You may want to start with the ones you don't like, just to get those out of the way, to get the cobwebs out of making those calls, you know?
Yeah. I
Okay,
don't
so
know.
that's
It's just my problem is just procrastination, and I need to take this more seriously because it's going to be my career. And if I want to be successful, and like I say all of this stuff, but like it's not going to get done if I keep being lazy. Like it's just not handed to me, and I need to like work on it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
You gotta
I love
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I love the attitude. I would stop calling yourself lazy and ask yourself
Mhm.
what is in the way, because you're not lazy, you're hungry. So like
Mhm.
there's something emotionally or something, there's a fear there that's it. So like instead of like just insulting yourself, just ask yourself what am I actually afraid of, or what is actually keeping me from doing the next thing? Because two things could happen. One, it could help you get to do the thing. You won't be insulting yourself.
Mhm.
And then you'll also be able to identify the thing that probably would show up with five other things anyway. So then you're knocking out the thing that was going to get in your way for the rest of your life, if you're actually thinking about the original thing that's getting in the way of what you're going to do tomorrow.
Okay. Well, then I'll get my list of 5 things and just try and.
I would not have your homework be make a list. I would have your homework be call 5 places. Like take the
Okay.
actual action.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we're gonna be afraid and things are gonna feel uncomfortable all the time, everywhere, at every level of your life.
Mhm.
And it's really important to feel the fear and do it anyway. You know, not to let it stop you, not to let it halt you in your tracks. Acknowledge that I'm afraid, or, you know, you're not lazy. There's something that's getting in the way, and
Mhm.
you get to just do it anyway with the
Yeah.
fear, with the sucking at it, with the uncomfortable, right? Because
Yeah.
eventually, the more you do, the more you'll be comfortable, and you can just continue to move.
Yeah.
You'll get it. You just kind of have to push yourself
Yeah.
past where you think you need to stop because you're uncomfortable. You got to push past.
And you know what's fun is that once you do it, becomes addicting, and you're like, all right, where else can I break through uncomfortability?
Exactly. Thank you for your honesty, Sadie, and your vulnerability.
Mm.
All right. We have Heather. I know we're over time, but I want to make sure everybody gets to share. Heather, you want to jump in for 4?
Sure. So my whole life and business and everything basically has imploded on me, and I have to start from ground zero. Why? Because I finally came to the realization that I've taken just so many shortcuts, and now I get to face all the consequences from those things. And so yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Like I made all these plans and designs and things, and they've all just now blown up in my face. So yeah, I'm starting at zero, and I just gotta keep going. But I think I need to move slowly, and now just stop trying to take a shortcut, because there's really no shortcut to success. Like I just have to do the work instead of trying, to go around and just go straight through. So that's where I'm at right now. Sorry I'm late. I'm trying to find solutions for all of the things. So
Well, congratulations on starting fresh. That is a wonderful moment and it shouldn't feel like it, I'm sure, but this is where success happens. You're supposed to fail. That's your job as an entrepreneur, is to fail, try a bunch of things, see where it doesn't work, and keep going. That is what a real entrepreneur does. You weren't supposed to do it the first time. You were supposed to think you had it all figured out and then have the world smack you in the face. That is exactly what is supposed to happen. And then you can take all the things that you learned and reconstruct and build the life that you want. And then you get to the next level, and then you get to screw that up too. You're not done screwing up. So enjoy this feeling, because it's good. At the next level that you make it to, it's coming back again. And you get to break everything down again and then start and get to the next level. And then you get to do it again. And I'm doing this for a minute 40, I hope, but my favorite analogy is as a 90s video game player is we are living in Mario Brothers. When we were kids, we got Mario Brothers, except for Sadie. We all played Mario Brothers. And level 1, you were trying to run through this thing, and then you walked into a mushroom and you died, and you had to start all over again. And then eventually you made it to the end, and you're like, wow, I got this. I can do this anytime I want. But then you had to go to level 2. And then you kept fucking dying every time on level 2. And then you went all the way back, and then you figured it out. And then you got to the end. Then you got to level 3, and you kept screwing up and dying and doing it again. And guess what? If you ever got knocked down to level 1, you'd be back to level 3 in 3 minutes, right? So congratulations on getting back to the starting gate, because now you've seen the field as far as you've seen it, and you know what to jump over. So now you get to the next level much faster than when you started, and you get to level 2, and then you get to rook into something and die 7 more times. So this is the most wonderful moment that you didn't realize that you have. Congratulations.
Thank you. I will accept that gift. It doesn't feel good, but yeah, thank you.
Yeah, we've all been there, girl. And what's powerful about this group is like the intention to set daily habits. Start now. Start figuring out what those are and what you need to do every day to get there. Oh.
All right.
Thank you for sharing. Thank you, everyone, for sharing and being vulnerable and showing up for yourselves and us. So we all get something out of this experience.
What a great
Right.
meeting.
Yeah.
That was fantastic. This was great.
So good. All right.
Thanks,
Love
guys.
you guys so much.
Thank you, everyone.
Have a great week.
Guys.
Bye.
Steven,
Bye.
let's talk, okay?
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Steven, I'm going to
Bye.
call you.